Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and let's take a closer look at this Estwing Duct Knife. That's duck as in D-U-C-T, duct, not a hunting knife for birds. This particular thing is in Estwing's line of knives, and they have several now. It's kind of an updated version of some of their old knives. I mean, they've added brighter colors, plastic, Chinese manufacturing, a little bit more attention to detail, and they're kind of moving into a hand tool space. You know, they're obviously into striking tools, chisels and hammers, and hatchets and axes. Estwing is, you know, an amazing manufacturer, kind of a stalwart United States manufacturer. They're advertising these things as designed and engineered in the United States, made in China. I'm probably going to do a video soon on the concept of designed in the U.S., made in China, simply on the fact that if you design it here, let's say you spend, I don't know, a team of engineers spends a month building this knife, or a week, or a day, and then send it over to China. That's the end of the United States participation. Yet, if it has a run for years, all that manufacturing is now in China, and it really doesn't matter where it was designed, because that was, you know, a week or two of payroll or paycheck for some engineers, designers, and that's the end. But anyway, the duck knife basically is a double-sided knife, usually has some sort of a serration here. Milwaukee's been in this space for a while. This is an older one. They're a Milwaukee duck knife here. Very similar. This one is noticeably heavier, and it has a striking tail cap, for what that's worth. Both of them run a serrated blade and then a standard edge all the way to a sharp tip. So it is a rather effective knife in a lot of cases. Definitely takes some hints from old school fighting knives. But anyway, it's not for that. It's for cutting through insulation, cutting through ductwork. Just basically when you need a long, sharp blade in a solid handle. Now these are a little different. This particular one and its partner here are knives. This is an old one I've had forever. I'll let you read that. And then this is a little bit newer one. There's the brand right there. But still old. Designed, you can pop this cap and put it on a stick or something for whatever. This has a root saw on it. This one does not. They are sharpened on this one, sharpened on the top part of the swedge up here. A little rust going on there, but hard use. And then this one here, not quite as sharp, but easily could be. Both have a nice long blade, thick. And this is a bottle opener, in case you're wondering. So, Estwing's duck knife. The balance point on this is quite a ways back, as you can see. It's way out here versus others like the Milwaukee. Milwaukee's right in this area. Lightweight handle. This has some extra mass up there. Very good grip. Doesn't look like anything's user serviceable. You know, trying to get inside here to clean it out or something, or for rust. They use a stainless steel. This one does say that they use the AUS 8 steel, AUS 8, which is a common knife steel. Spyderco uses it, but also and it looks very similar here, but they didn't say that this was an AUS 8 steel. I wonder why. It is a useful knife in a lot of different circumstances. Good utility knife, shop knife. You can do a lot with it. It does not bend much. It's not like a fillet knife. These don't bend at all. In fact, they can substitute as bayonets too. But this particular guy, around 20 bucks, a little more sometimes, and this, depending where you get it. It's a good solid Estwing product if you don't mind the Chinese manufacturer. Between these two, this definitely has more heft. Probably it feels like it's going to cut or do the cutting tasks a little bit better in my hand. The Milwaukee does have a larger guard, kind of a satin finish on the blade. Now, Milwaukee's been in the knife space for a while. Here's another one of theirs that's kind of more traditional, almost like a hunting knife, except a really slippery plastic. It's a kind of a hard plastic, but very slippery, so this jimping is almost more cosmetic than actual function. Yes, it does give you a little bit, but it's like slippery. This is a little bit better up there. It's a nice big handle if you got big hands. It does make a difference. Very solid knife. It's a thick blade. But I'm glad to see Estwing explore some of these other knives, and then they're using their kind of shock reducing hammer or axe handle material here, hard plastic up here, bright colors, to produce a knife that does have a deliberate function with duct work and insulation work, but then also probably has an awful lot of other tasks. In fact, you could take this out and certainly use it as a camping knife. A lot of times, anytime you have the sharpened back spine, you can't really beat on it with a piece of wood or the baton wood, because you've got the splitting surface on the top as well as the bottom. And it does have a little bit more danger as far as puncture, because not only is it sharp on both sides, but it's got a very sharp point in the center. So it's not an amateur knife, not a beginner knife. If you give it to kids for whittling or something, but you've got a lot of blade to work with in a very stout handle. But anyway, there it is. So this is the Estwing. It's a 5.5-inch blade, they say, from here to here, and it is the double-edged duck knife. And with that, Doc out.